Timbo, pain in the ass. He was truly a remarkable individual who touched the hearts of everyone he encountered. Tim was a one-of-a-kind person whose presence brought joy and warmth to all those around him. Look at this. This shows his spirit with you all. When Tim was born, a good friend gave me a poem called Welcome to Holland, which likened the birth of a special needs child to landing in a different destination than anticipated on a trip. Although the destination was different with Tim than most others, as his mom, I would never change that destination. Tim lived life with a spirit of resilience and optimism that inspired us all. He taught us the true meaning of courage and perseverance, and his connection to people amazed me. The hurdles he encountered in life were many, but he never let that keep him down. One of Tim's greatest passions was watching the New York Mets, who have not lost in the last week. His eyes would light up with excitement whenever he talked about his favorite team. He also got real angry with his favorite team many times. And he never missed a game if he could help it. There was always an excuse why he needed to stay home and watch a Met game. His enthusiasm for the sport was contagious, and his love for the New York Mets brought us together in shared moments of joy and camaraderie. He's touched many of you, and many of you have attended games with him. His love for Bethel baseball equaled that passion, and Bethel sports, and any other sports. Any sport team his friends competed on, he was a true fan, loyal to his Mets, but willing to cheer for others. But beyond his love for sports, Tim wanted to be connected to people. He was better than most with keeping in touch, and not by text, but by actually picking up the phone and calling, although it could be any time, day or night. He wanted to know how people were. As we bid farewell to Tim, let us carry forward the lessons he taught us about resilience, kindness, and the power of a loving heart. Though he may no longer be with us in his body, his spirit will live on in the memories and hearts of all who knew and loved him. Rest in peace, dear Timothy. You are truly one of a kind, and your light will continue to shine brightly in our lives. Now, as Garth Brooks would say, at this time, this is the perfect moment. Tim's favorite song was The Dance. For a moment, all the world was right. But how could I have known that you'd ever say goodbye? And now I'm glad I didn't know the way it would end. Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have to miss the dance. Thank you all for coming today to celebrate Timothy.
What an amazing moment. Seeing so many of you guys, former players, I can't even begin to say how great it is that you all showed up for Tim today. So as the baseball coach now, I've been fortunate enough to know Tim for quite some time. And so I'll get this started, and then whoever wants to speak is welcome to after. Everyone knew Timbo. Umpires, opposing coaches, players, and fans. He is as synonymous with Bethel baseball as Matt Barnes, Sean Fesh, and Bill Hunt. When I took over the program in 2011, Donna approached me about Tim. She told me how much Tim loved baseball and would love to stick around the team as manager to help out. He had been with Bill for a few years before that. With very little expectation, I figured, sure, why not? Needless to say, I was not prepared for what I was in store for. Usually when people say they want to help out, it means they show up from time to time and do a few jobs here and there. Not Timbo. Tim was all in from the start, shagging baseballs in BP, flipping baseballs to me so I could hit bungos, and yes, even taking rounds of BP. We'll get to that later. His work ethic and practice was a sight to behold, but paled in comparison to game time Tim. I remember like it was yesterday. It was our first scrimmage against Wamoga, and a batter fouled the ball off toward the track. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a maroon blur rocketing out from the dugout after the ball, like he was shot out of a cannon. I heard the third baseman from Wamoga say to the shortstop, "Holy shit, did you see that?" I'll do a lap later for that. Over and over, when a foul ball was hit, there was Tim, tracking him down, often demanding the ball from any stranger that dared pick it up. Tim was relentless and loved throwing the balls back to the umpires. A few of them over the years had to tell him just simply, "Please, Tim, hand me the ball." Every practice, every scrimmage, every game, the passion and hustle he displayed challenged everyone around him to be a little bit better. How could you not? As the years went on, Tim and the coaching staff became closer, and his comfort level with the players grew. Tim and I became friends, and with that, out came his personality. I don't know how you did that. If Tim was slumping during BP, he resorted to try to bunt for a hit. I didn't like that. And as the team can attest, Tim quickly learns that if he bunted, he could expect the next one at his back. Yes, I hit him, yes. I actually think he enjoyed that better than I hit him. Little by little, Tim's role with the team expanded. He began giving pregame pep talks and wasn't afraid to give a much-needed post-game kick in the ass when the team wasn't meeting our expectations. In one game, when we played New Fairfield at Hudson Valley Renegades, Tim took his role a bit farther and gave his best Billy Martin impersonation after an umpire's call he didn't think went Bethel's way. There may or may not have been spit involved. I'm not sure. Although we had many laughs and great moments, not every day was roses and sunshine. Over the years, Tim faced many obstacles. There were many, many, many bruises and cuts on the hands and knees. Some stints in the hospital where Tim was sorely missed, and at one point, somebody even had the audacity to put a giant net up behind first base. Tim overcame them all, including the giant net, which proved to not be a match. Tim has left a lasting legacy for Bethel baseball and in the Bethel community. Many years ago, very early on with Tim, Coach Fesh and I decided we wanted to recognize what we saw day in and day out from Tim by naming an award in his honor. At the end of every season, we hand out only one award, the Tim Schneider Hustle Award. This highly coveted award goes to the player that best embodies Tim's dedication and work ethic. Some of the past recipients include Zach Cottis, Chaz Silent, Joe LaCorey, Sean Sato, Ryan Rizzick, Stephen Smith, Justin Sholey, Brett Martin, and last year, Cooper Fresh. This has been Tim's legacy and will continue to be moving forward. Not every player in our current program has had the great fortune of getting to know Tim, but all of them, along with future Bethel baseball players, will understand what Tim Schneider stands for: excellence. We'll miss you, buddy. After every win, we have a tradition where we give out a game ball, and Donna, this is for you. That was the game ball for last Monday's win against Notre Dame. At this time, I do have a surprise for you I wanted to share with all of you. Connor, who's a sophomore our program. Admittedly didn't know Tim all that well, but he knew how much Tim meant to all of us. And he pulled some strings with his dad. And so, Mr. Richmond, thank you for doing this.
Hi, this is Howie Rose. I was so sorry to learn of the unexpected passing of Timbo. I just wanted to pass along my condolences to his family and friends. I hear he was an amazing second baseman in softball, a backbone of the Bethel sports scene, and a huge Mets fan. I'd like you all to know that the Mets fan base. Hi, this is Howie Rose. I was so sorry to learn of the unexpected passing of Timbo. I just wanted to pass along my condolences to his family and friends. I hear he was an amazing second baseman in softball, a backbone of the Bethel sports scene, and a huge Mets fan. I'd like you all to know that the Mets fan base is really an extended family, and anytime one of them passes, it really is a loss to the entire Mets community. So I'm sure that Timbo would be happy to know that thanks to his loyalty and spirit, the Mets are in the process of turning around their season. And hopefully, he'll be able to spread a little magic from above to help them continue their success. Rest easy, Timbo.
When Donna spoke to Ray about holding this event here in his honor at Bethel High School, how'd you know? We said, without question, there are few people that impact a place in your lifetime that you can say they truly are a part of, they are ingrained in the town, and Tim's one of them. When I look across and see one of my mentors, Bill Hunt, here, the fact that Tim started while Bill Hunt was still coaching is a testament to who he was as a person. To see you all here today tells you about who Tim was, and we wouldn't want this any other way. Tim has impacted so many different things in this town, whether it's Special Olympics, unified sports, our football program, individual things in the town. Everybody knows Tim Schneider. Everybody knows Tim Schneider. And his life will impact us forever. And as an honorary member of the Bethel High School Athletic Hall of Fame, we have not run the Hall of Fame since 2015. And we felt it was more than appropriate that Tim Schneider be the first member of the class of 2024 as an honorary member of the Bethel High School Athletic Hall of Fame. So he will be inducted. Thank you.
I do have to apologize. I'm going to try and keep this together, but if I don't, understand. My first introduction to Timbo was a while back at Johnson School. I remember my dad telling me, who was a fourth grade teacher at the time, hey, there's a student that might be a bigger Mets fan than you. And I said, I don't think so, Pops, but I'll get up to school and I got to meet this kid. And introduce myself to Timbo and told him I was a Mets fan, and instantly we hit it off. He just started reeling off Mets stats that I didn't even know existed, and we started talking about our favorite players. And he disagreed with me. He said, hands down, Mike Piazza, the best, the greatest. So Timbo, like Timbo does, he usually wins the argument. Fast forward a little bit, the next time I hung out with Timbo was up at Hunt Field. He was our team manager and foul ball extraordinaire, and I was a new assistant coach up there with Coach Turek. After 4 or 5 games, I realized real quickly that me and Timbo had a few things in common. Obviously, we were Mets fans, but we bled maroon and white, and we definitely like to disagree with umpires quite often. I'd like to share just a couple Timbo memories. Obviously, there's so many in here, but first one, obviously up at Hunt Field, and foul ball goes off towards the track, and my younger son Logan, who's part of our program now, goes running. Timbo goes running to both mock speed, just grease light. And of course, Logan sometimes doesn't know his surroundings and knocks into Timbo and knocks him on the ground. And I'm looking, I'm going, oh my goodness. And without hesitation, Timbo jumped right up, knew what his job was, and got that foul ball and got it back quicker than ever. And that's just what Timbo was, the ultimate team guy. And anything he could do to help us out as a coaching staff, or even more important, the players, that's what he was all about. And second memory was the year we won the SWC championship. And obviously it was a huge night for the town, the team, everything like that. So we're doing our post-game photos, and the league presented us with a trophy and a banner that said SWC champion. And as soon as we were done with it, we were just kind of going our separate ways, and Timbo grabs that banner and he put it around him like it was a Superman's cape. And I swear in that moment, if a human being could fly it, he was flying right there. I'll never forget that. That smile was ear to ear. So, Donna, I want to thank you for allowing us to have Timbo in our baseball lives, but more importantly in our everyday lives. I know you spread yourself super thin, but it was amazing how you got in every game and every practice. Timbo, we love you, bud. And when I see you in heaven, remember, you square around the bunt, the next one's going to be high and tight.
People had sent me an email that they wanted to speak, so if you'd like to come up now to speak, that would be great. I don't know what people are at this point. Max? Matt? Yeah.
All right, so I know a lot of you guys know Tim through athletics and stuff at Bethel High School and stuff. I met Tim through the Special Olympics. My name is Max, by the way. Yeah, so I started doing the Special Olympics probably around 20, 21 years old. I just flunked out of college. I was really having a great time in my life. And I remember the first tournament I was at, someone had leaked the information, and I was a big Mets fan to him, and obviously he didn't leave me alone for the rest of the day. So, and I think I impressed him a little bit with my hitting skills on the softball diamond. But eventually that kind of spiraled into me, working with Tim, and Donna kind of hiring me to be like a big brother to him, take him to sporting events, whatever else, just to kind of get him out there socially. But pretty quickly I realized it wasn't really a job. And he had kind of just entrenched himself into being one of my best friends. So for the last 12 years or so, I've definitely considered him my best friend. But as you guys know, he was, super duper competitive, and I can't even remember how long ago it was, but when he was in the hospital in New York, I went to visit him after they took him out of the, medically induced coma finally, and we were playing Wii Sports as part of his, routine to kind of get back into normalcy, and the nurses were giving me the dirtiest looks because I was just kicking the crap out of him, and they kept on questioning me as to hey, why don't you let him win a little bit here? And I'm like, absolutely not. But he loved that. He loved the fact that I was never going to take it easy on him. I was never going to give him an inch. And I think he kind of appreciated that about our friendship. But he loved playing softball with all of us. And when I moved to Maine about 7 years ago, I feel like every single year he'd be terrified that I wouldn't come down and still play with you guys. And sure enough, every year I'll make the trip down, and I will play in a softball tournament and enjoy seeing every single one of them. And I don't know, just the look on his face every time that I'd end up showing up just made me so happy and so worth the trip to come down, even if it was just a day trip. But despite all my accolades and stuff on that softball team, I could never escape the fact that the last name LaCorey existed. So I always had to hear how good the LaCoreys were. So there you go with Bethel Athletics and how much he loved you guys. So, he came to my wedding about 2 years ago, and my favorite memory from that was I was outside just taking a breather because, as you guys can probably see, I sweat an absolute ton. And my brother comes outside and he's like, "What the heck are you doing right now?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm just taking a breather." And he's like, "Tim is in there dancing his ass off right now. If you don't get back in there right now, I swear." But I don't know, I had a lot of amazing memories with Tim, and obviously I'd be kicking myself if I didn't come up here and at least speak briefly. But more than anything, I would like to thank, Bethel and all the sports and all of you players that absolutely made his life, because there was nothing that he enjoyed more than telling me about every practice and every game and all this different stuff. Even when we were playing, Monopoly on his Wii, that for some reason he loved more than anything, and I just wanted to go see a movie. But nope, we're gonna play Monopoly. But other than that, I'm gonna miss you a lot, Tim, and this is definitely one of the rougher hits that I've taken in my life. But at the same time, this is a celebration, and Tim touched so many people, and I just love you, buddy. And Donna, thank you for letting me be part of his life, because man, these last 12 years have been fantastic. So, thank you guys.
Thanks, Max. I'm Matt LaCorey. Probably should have went first, but it's amazing to hear what you and Sean have to say, and I think we all, a lot of ways feel very similarly and have a lot of our own experiences that we can kind of reflect on, similar to the stories that we're telling. So I just wanted to get up here kind of as a friend and a teammate, because I don't know how many of us are here today to honor Tim and the amazing times we had with him. So I was lucky to be Timmy's friend for almost 15 years, a teammate for just a few of those. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to say today. Everything, whether it was a story or a memory or an event, came back to the passion that Tim lived life with. And whether that was singing his heart out if a Garth Brooks song came on the radio when we were on our way home from practice, or even getting dressed in the morning, right? The routine, mundane parts of our lives that I think we all take for granted. Tim was putting on Met socks and was putting on Met shoes, and no Mets jersey and a Mets hat, and like he was going 100%, all out in everything that he did. The aspect of Timmy never doing anything less than 100% was kind of embodied in him as a friend and as a teammate. And there's one story that Eric kind of alluded to. It's a different instance, but Timmy always loved the catchers. PJ Rinaldi, Nick Spinella, Nick Blurs. There's a lot of catchers that I know Timmy, admired and was very close with. And we were playing at Bethel, and Nick Spinella leaned into a pitch a little bit, got drilled in the elbow, and started running down to first base. And the umpire called him back and said, "No, you leaned into the pitch, and it's a strike." And Timmy, like a bat out of hell, came out of that dugout and gave him every word in his book and just ripped that poor umpire. Like, caught himself just in time before he got thrown out, got back to the dugout. But I think, like, he realized in that moment that it was a combination of that umpire crossed his friend Nick, and that was unacceptable, and that he was putting, Bethel winning at risk. But I always thought, like, I wanted to win, everybody I played with wanted to win. It was very clear in that moment that, the 100% that Timmy was going to get a foul ball, that was how he could contribute to winning, and his passion for his friends and his teammates and winning was kind of above all else the most important aspect to him. I think that's part of why we're all here, and there's so many, people that have been impacted by him is because of the way that he, attacked life in his 31 years and squeezed every last ounce out of it. A little bit of a not important but funny story. We had a family friend who was at the Bethel Fairfield game last Friday, and he sent a picture. He was there for a new Fairfield kid. Sent a picture of the kid up at bat, and in the background you see Timmy like this, like the pitch hasn't even been thrown yet, and like I'm sure, I don't know who's playing shortstop these days, but I'm sure you weren't in that ready position that Timmy was in. But 12 years after he came running out on the Bethel field to teach that umpire every word in his book, he's still giving it 100%, and I think part of that, is why we're also touched, by him in his life. So, thank you, Donna, for giving us a chance to speak. It's been an honor and a privilege to be Timmy's friend, and I think everyone else probably feels the same. So, we love you, buddy, and we're going to miss you a hell of a lot. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sharon Luxinger, and this is Karen. We're not coming from the sport world of Tim. We're actually representing Ability Beyond in all the years that we've known Tim. What I feel right now is so happy to see how many lives he's touched, and I love to see the people from Special O and from Ability. I think it just goes to show what an amazing young man he has been. And I actually secretly was a Met fan. Never wore any Met stuff as I got older. And then I met Tim and I was like, wow, he's a true fan. He's hanging in there. He's just gonna be so missed. And we love him so much. And we're always here for you. And we will stay in touch.
I just wanted to say that, every morning when we're at work, we start our day at the front door, and Tim, without fail, every day would walk in head to toe in Met gear. I mean, his sneakers over there. He did change periodically throughout the year into Giants gear, head to toe. And always coming in with stats and conversation about what happened the night before. He sat at the same table every day, and he had a lot of great friends that he sat around, so there was an empty seat there for us. A lot of his friends are here, I see them. They're out in his staff. A lot of them are up there. they work with him every single day, and they have to kind of help decide and ask him what he wants to do today. So I know that that's really hard for them, kind of not be there, not to have to ask him. But I will say that we lean to him for lots of things. I mean, last year he was at our rally in Hartford, and he spoke, and he did an amazing job representing Ability Beyond and just everything. He does a recycle program, and he's our lead. He teaches everybody else what to do. He might as well just lead the whole group. The staff kind of follow behind. I think every day when I came in, at least once a week, he would ask me, can we go to a Mets game? Or can we go to Lake Compounds? Can we go out to eat? All the things that we typically don't do from 9 to 3, Monday through Friday. And I just wanted to say also that, I used to hand out bus tickets to Tim, and it got to the point where he would stop me and pull out his bus tickets, and we would go through each one. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And he knew, but I think he did that because he just wanted to stay in a conversation. And I knew that, and it was okay. We would do this, at least a couple days a week. So he will be greatly missed by all of us. He was a treasure to all of us. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joey O'Hara. I'm a senior on the baseball team, and I'm just going to read a little something from the Legion team that Timbo used to be bad boys for. As a team, Timmy was a bad boy. We were honored to share our fond memories. As the 3 foreigners from the next town over, we weren't quite sure how we would be received. Much like the rest of the Bethel players and families, Timmy greeted us with open arms, and right away we all formed our own individual friendships. Timmy was a comforting teammate and friend. Every time we showed up to the ball field, he put a smile on our face, and whether we had a good or bad day, seeing Timmy immediately put us in a good mood. What we loved most about Timmy was his passion for the game. He loved baseball, and it was evident that he loved being around the team. He was always willing to do whatever was needed, whether it was playing catch with the players, shagging foul balls, or assuming the prominent role of bad boy. We would often talk him down when the Mets weren't doing well and rejoiced when they were having success. But regardless, we always enjoyed talking baseball with him. Timmy impacted the 3 of us in more ways than you will ever know, and will remain as one of our favorite memories from playing summer ball. He was a tremendous addition to the team and will remain close to our hearts and will be missed very much. So as we think of Timmy, we remember those we never loved leave us. They became our guardian angels in the outfield. And just a little snippet from me. I know as me and the team behind me, Timmy was a great man, great teammate, and we were always honored to be around Timbo. And his just passion for the game, his hustle, always brought us up no matter what. So, thank you.
Afternoon, I'm Mike Mason, and I'm proud to be work for Special Olympics and to be part of the Special Olympics family. It's humbling to stand in front of all of you and see so many of the folks that we work with. Timmy was an amazing young man, and all the wonderful accolades that we hear about him today, really, I'm not sure where those come from. When we talk about commitment, drive, passion, love for other people, selflessness, 110% all the time. All of those things I see in Donna. I've had the honor of working with Donna, and all she does to make a local program go, to make her family go, to have children that represent us so well on the national and on the world stage in Special Olympics to win medals and bring them back here to Connecticut. Timmy will always be part of the spirit of that family, of the Special Olympics family. That flame will never, ever extinguish. And I just want to thank all the family from Special Olympics that are here today, standing strong with this family. We're really proud that Tim was a part of that. Certainly, he left us too soon, but we are really blessed that he was part of our family, part of our lives. And I feel that in Nora also, that we were able to know him and to still have the love and support of all the family. For Donna, it's just, it's a tough time, but today's a celebration. And certainly, the stories I will remember a few of those stories for a while. So, God bless him and give you strength and carry you through with all the beautiful memories you have of him through this difficult time. So, thank you all from Special Olympics for being here.
Let me just say before I do that, my name is Ryan Schneider. I'm one of Timmy's uncles that's here today. All Bethel boys. From the class of 72, the class of 76, the class of 81, Tim's dad, and myself, the class of 82. All of us very proud to be Bethel boys. And always very proud of Timmy. But infinitely more proud today when I look around this room and see this turnout. From my heart, from my brother's hearts, I know we can't thank you enough. Thank you so much for that. It means so much. And as I walked in here today, it was fairly empty still, and I was struck by everything on display. That got me. But the other day, I think I was struck a little harder when I saw that picture of the baseball team wearing those jerseys. That really got me. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you for honoring my nephew. He was a great kid. So Donna asked me if I would do this, and I said, I don't know if I could get through it. But considering the fighter that Tim was, and the pride that he had, and the never say quit attitude that he always had, I guess I gotta try, right? So, he called me regularly. Like Donna said, he was better at the rest of us at keeping in touch with everybody. Would always call. It could be, 10 o'clock in the morning, it could be 9 o'clock at night, it could be any time. I could have been out with friends in a loud band, and I see my phone, and it's Timmy. I know I'm gonna take this call. Always take this call. Always proud to talk to Tim, and love the fact that he liked to keep in touch. And I have a friend, we play music here and there, and Tim always loved to come see us play. Was always asking, when's your next game? When are you playing? When's your next? He came out to a bunch, and he always was smiling and had a great time. So, I couldn't plug this in, but I figure it's quiet enough for you to hear the music. This is a song that was Tim's favorite. I don't know, it must have been before he discovered Garth Brooks. Right? So I'm going to give it a shot. It's a song that, from the 70s, that a lot of you I know will know the words to, and just, be forewarned, I might need some help singing. I don't know if it's in your key, fake it. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now that pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue sky. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue sky. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Oh, it's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. I love you, Tim. We miss you.
At this time, is there anyone else who'd like to say a few words? If not, we can conclude our celebration for Tim. There's lots of pictures of Tim, and I would like, oh, Chris, come on up. Sorry, I knew I forgot somebody. Put him on the spot.
All right, those of you, Chris, I've had the pleasure the last 20 years or so being friends with Tim, and you're remiss if I didn't come up and just say a few words about him. Tim and I met because of our brothers, Michael and Michael, playing baseball in town. Tim and I would sit in the bleachers, and we got to admire one another's scars. Timmy from battles that he had to go through, mine for my brother. What do you? Tim was an amazing friend throughout the course of the past 20 or so years. There's a lot of phases of life that you go through: childhood, high school, college, thereafter. And you pick up new people along the way that impact you in new ways. And at every step, you also tend to lose people. Up until now, it has been a consistent through line from my childhood. I'm very grateful for every opportunity I've had to be with him, Donna, for your trust in me, and my brother with him along the way. Even though we did allow him in full Mets regalia to walk into a Sox bar. So, no harm was done, no foul, fortunately. We all know that Tim was a diehard Mets fan. We all know that he also was a diehard Giants fan. Those of you wearing the other blue in the room. It's a quick story, and then I'll close. I used to love to take Tim to go see games. We'd go to a restaurant or a bar, watch the Giants or watch the Mets. And I recall vividly this past year, Giants versus Jets, naturally contentious in our area. Very exciting game. Tim shouting out in the middle of the bar, because they screamed at the Giants in the middle of this. And I turned to him and I said, "Tim, we're public. What are you doing, man?" And he turned to me and said, "Well, I'm not supposed to scream when I'm at home." I said, "Well, we're in the bar, Tim." And that pointed out to me earlier today by somebody that depending on the bar, that might be the exact right behavior for him to embrace. This is more of a family restaurant kind of deal. Maybe not. Tim was an amazing friend, pointed out many times. He would pick up the phone, he'd give a call. Just for everyone here, I wish you all had a friend like Tim. Many of you do, many of you did. My one piece of guidance to all of you: pick up the phone, call your friends, check in on them, just see how they're doing. We're on the road, make the time. Thank you.
So I guess now, is there anyone else who would like to speak before I close our time here? Yes, Mike.
So for some people who don't know who I am, my name is Greg Simpson. I'm one of Tim's lifetime friends from here to Ability Beyond, and one of the Bethel boys, as the Ability people call us, the Hard Boys. So, for everyone that's here, Tim always put a smile on everybody's face, right? If it's okay, I'd like Jack Johnson, Andrew, and Jamie to join me. That's okay? We might be missing one more, but he's probably.
I say my friends came and I understand. Let's go near mass. Thank you for being and see you soon. Hopefully it's the best man. Enjoy it anyhow.
So always on the bus, Tim always made us laugh, and he was like a brother to all of us. And also want to say on behalf of everyone here, on behalf of Tim's wonderful family, you have raised the best son anyone can ever have.
All right, now, are we good?
Hi, I'm Ken. And I want to say that Tim was a good friend of mine, and we have total opposites. And he was a good kid, and I just want to let you know that my brother's watching over him right now in heaven, and I think he will be a good brother to have. And Alex, take care of Tim right now.
Okay. One more?
Hi, my name is Rebecca, and I played for the Special Olympics. Tim was a really great friend of mine. I met him through the Special Olympics. Always a great guy, always came up to you saying, how are you? Wanted to be around you, wanted to talk about the Mets, of course, or the Giants. And one time we had a big feud at Special Olympics because half of our team likes the Yankees, half of the team likes the Mets. So a lot of times people would say, the Mets suck, Yankees rule, and then the other, Tim will yell for high heavens, being like, no, Mets rule, Yankees suck. So I would go like this, being like, both teams are equal, and he would laugh, and it would just end. And everything, and he was just one of the people that like would cheer you on, will high five you when you get to home plate and everything, and don't worry, Tim, because I'm the other second baseman in Special Olympics, I will keep your spot warm for you.
So I think we're good with speakers. I, out of the bottom of my heart, want to thank all of you for being here. Tim just, yes, he was a pain in the ass. He really was sometimes. And did he call? Our mornings are not going to be the same at school without Tim calling to find out what he should wear. And if he couldn't get a hold of me, called whoever I work with to get make sure that he had the right outfit on. But this outpouring of love for him and for our family really means a lot. I think we're still kind of numb as to what happened and where we're going. And I know that today is the start of that journey for us as a family. And I know that I could reach out to any one of you and you would be there to help us. And that is a good feeling. Tim busy, so my schedule's going to open up a little bit. But he was a fighter from day one of his life, and he fought to the end. And we all know that Tim is at peace now, watching over us wherever he is, in whatever way you believe. We all believe differently. But Tim was an amazing individual, and a testimony to all these people that are here today. He loved everyone. I don't think there's one person in Tim's life that he ever said to me, I don't like them. He found a way to find everyone. And I want to thank Bethel for including my son, because the only thing Tim always wanted to be was just one of the guys. And Bethel, you did that in making Tim one of the guys. So thank you very much for coming today. If there is a picture of Tim and you up on the board that you would like to take, please do so. They're all duplicates. And I would, if there's something, just take it. And we appreciate all of you coming today and showing your support for a wonderful young man. Thank you.